Morning everybody. A Sunday morning, and that's the day of the Cromer bike cavalade. I think it's called cavalade, I don't know, procession we'll call it, and bike show up on the North Norfolk coast. So I'm going to head up there today, but I'm going to, first off I'm heading to Walker's Cafe at Barton Mills, where I'm meeting up with John. You've seen John in my videos before, and then we're going to head through up to Cromer. So I'm going to keep the sort of the ride up there a bit short. I mean, we're taking the main road up, going up through Fakenham and up that way, and I think what I'll do is once I get into Sheringham, is turn off and go through Sheringham and then round that bit of coast road, for the simple reason is the field that they're having the bike show on is up on that road, so that'll save going into Cromer to come out again as such. So that's what I'm doing today, but I wasn't going to go, and the reason for that's Teresa's birthday today. Yeah, I feel guilty for going, you know, but I said to her all along, you know, I'm not going to go because it's a birthday. And she got on to me, she said, look, it's just another bloody day. She said, I'm another year older. She said, I'm older than I want to be. I'm not going to say how old she is, because I'd never hear the end of it, and she'd never thank me for it. So, yeah, I'm not going to give that bit away for her. No, so... But no, she said, you go. She said, that's another day, so you go. So it weren't until I think last night that I got in touch with John and said I would be going. So yeah, so we arranged to meet up here at Barton Mills, and so that's what we're doing. So as I say, I do feel guilty for going and leaving her on her own, but you know, she said to make up for it, you can do me breakfast in bed. So that's what I done a breakfast in bed this morning, and I did leave her the washing up though. But now there weren't a lot. I didn't make too much of a mess, you know. You guys will know what I'm talking about. But no, so anyway, happy birthday Teresa, and thanks for basically telling me to bugger off on this ride. So, but you have a nice quiet day, and right, I'm going to head over to Barton Mills anyway, and I'm nearly there. John should be there. He said about 10 o'clock, so it's 1:45, so he's normally a little bit early when we meet up, so he'll probably be there. But I see some bikes now heading up in front. Where they're off to, I don't know. But alright, anyway, I'm going to head up there, then we'll head up to Cromer, and I shall just skip from here and go to the ride in, I think. And unless anything happened in the meantime, I shall put it in. But I think the next time will be, the next bit you see will be the ride in to the bike show at Cromer. Okay then, we'll talk to you all later anyway. Well, we've just got here. We're now into Sheringham. I'm just up at this roundabout, and just a short run along the coast road here, and then we'll be into Cromer. I thought I'd come the scenic route. It's not been a bad ride down. Bit of traffic about. John's still with me. It's a nice part of the world up here. North Norfolk coast, as I say, is Sheringham, Cromer. It's the home of the Cromer crab, and yeah, they're famous all over the world. They are, but they have got some nice taste to them. But to be honest, there's a nice little shop in Sheringham, not far off the seafront there, where we usually get ours when we're up this way. And they are fresh that day. I know they all say they're fresh, and there's a couple of places up in Cromer where they catch them and sort them out on the same day, but I still find the one in Sheringham is just, for me, that little bit better. But hello, looks like they've got the fair on up here as well, and the boot sale. But there's always a lot going on up here this time of year. Gets a little bit narrower up through this next village. But this road we're on at the moment is the main A149, which is the road that runs all the way around the Norfolk coast. It runs from King's Lynn all the way up to Hunstanton, around the, as I say, around the North Norfolk coast, and before you end up at Great Yarmouth. And that is a lot of roads, like a lot of it is like this, twists and turns and narrow little villages. There's one part there where you can't actually get a caravan through it. If you go this way with a caravan, you've got to bypass it. That's up near Wells area. And but yeah, it's a lovely ride out this way if you do get a chance to do it. We've only just got a couple more bends to come around now, and we're not too far away from Cromer. Actually, having said that, I think we're further away than what I realised. Yeah, we are. Now we've got another little village to go through, so that's my mistake. I was getting a bit ahead of myself there, but we've got a little narrow village to go through. There's a bit more narrow than the last one. This site up here that you can see just here, we had a rally up here one year, and we sat there in the caravan, and Teresa was sitting outside, and we'd got a windbreak up, and some thieving bastard decided he wanted our table that stood up against there, and as he reached over to take it, Teresa spotted him and hollered at him, and he legged it, but luckily he didn't take it. But that's some of the sort of degenerates you get. So but there is some thieving bastards about. I suppose we'd got a better table than what he'd got, if he'd got one. But another story up there is that was the same weekend actually. There was a TVR sports car come through the site, and it was rattling that much with the exhausts. He was setting car alarms off as he was going through. That was quite comical. Yeah, so just up here, we're now coming into Cromer. Yeah, and if I'm right in thinking, that should be just up here on the left hand side. They got a horse show on as well. Yeah, you can see all the start of the fairground, and here we go, Cromer. You smell the burgers cooking, and so how we get in, I've got no idea. And perhaps we go in there, I don't know. I'm not going right down here. We'll go in here to start with, and yeah, the bikes are in here. Looks like we've got a bit of a walk. I've not already missed it. We don't park right down here, do we? There's all the bikes.
riding across the USA. Well, who camps out on the open range and who stays warm by the campfire flames, drinking their whiskey straight from the jug, shooting their guns because it's the life that they love. Well, tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? The cowboy had a code to protect his own, and wherever the cowboy camped was a cowboy's home. Well, who still sleeps with a gun in his hand, and who's still ready to take a stand? Who'd rather die in the dead of night than to lose his gear without giving a fight? Well, tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? The cowboy loved his horse more than his lady true. Well, who loves today in the way that they used to do? They wear rawhide gloves and some even chaps. They ride iron horses with bags and packs, and you call them outlaws that don't belong. They're wild and crazy, full of fire and fun. But tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? Asked to leave before they ride into town, and who likes to fist fight with anybody around? Who chases women all night long, doing everything even when it's wrong? Who wears worn Levi's and wine with beards, causes the town folk to hide in fear. Well, tell me, who are the modern cowboys of today? They don't herd cattle or rope or brand the calf. They're more like the rebs and the drifters that didn't last. Because they ride to live and they live to ride. They love the life of being free to decide, and they'll last as long as they can, you see. But they live in a world that won't let them be. So just like the rebels, they'll all be history. Because they ride to live and they live to ride. They love the life of being free to decide, and they'll last as long as they can, you see. But they live in a world that won't let them be. So just like the rebels, they'll all be history. Tell me, who are the modern cowboys of the day? And who do you see riding across the USA?
Well, we're now leaving. We've had been up here a couple of 3 hours, and like I said to John, you know, there's a lot to see, but it don't take long to see it. You know, you can walk around 2 or 3 times, and there's a lot of stuff had got. You know, a lot of the bikes had gone, so there's a lot pulling out up here now. So we decided to make a move. Well, we popped into the little Blue Sky Cafe, and we had a bite to eat and a drink, and now we're gonna make our way back, and I've got to sit down and try and put a video together out of this lot. I hope I can. But one of the bikes that you've probably seen, you know, because that'll be in the video, that's the big Harley with the dragon on it. That belongs to a mate of mine who I used to work with when I worked at Ben Burgess, the John Deere dealer. Russell, his name is, Russell Douglas. He's, as I say, he's their lorry driver. I don't know if you remember seeing it on YouTube, but Russell's a bit of a, well, we call him a hero, really, and he's now getting a bit of worldwide fame for what he's done. Yeah, he was going along the A47. He was just outside Norwich, and he noticed a bloke in a van was slumped over the steering wheel. So Russell pulled his lorry up alongside of him. He said he just done it out of instinct, you know. He was trying to save the bloke's life and save there being a major accident, which there could well have been. So he pulled up alongside of him and got the trailer beside his van, and when that was safe to do so, he was keeping an eye on him in his mirror. He forced the van to a stop, and some chaps in the car behind got out, and they went and helped as well, and between them they saved a major incident thanks to Russell's quick thinking, really, and also they saved the chap's life. So yeah, good on you, Russell. That was well, you can't really describe. That was just a heroic thing to do, and like he said that was just, he was in the right place at the right time to be able to do something positive for the bloke. But I'll see if I can find the video. It's on YouTube, I know, I've seen it. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put a link into it. So give it a watch. You know, it's not a long video, but it shows what Russell does. It was done from a footage of a dash cam that was following him. So somebody else with a camera, again in the right place at the right time, has got that. And so Russell's got got an award for it, and he did say he was up for another one, another major award, which is good. And he's been interviewed on the radio, the television, but no, he's you know, when you talk to the chap, he's he don't say, oh, I done this, and you know, he really he don't praise himself. He doesn't praise himself at all. He just takes it in his stride, and that was something he done because he was in the right place at the right time. But now when you watch it, and now he's, well, you can't really describe what he, you know, how he is. He's a lovely chap, and I think everybody's proud of what he's done who knows him. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Me and John are gonna make our way home now. We're taking the road up to Sheringham at the moment, the way we came in, and we're gonna head home. So ride safe, everybody, and take care, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.